Okay, so my first little message of the day is how things should be done with a plan. I have improvised a plan to create self-healing not only for myself but for my children, my babies, because they have been placed in a position that children should not be placed in, so to speak. And I'm very protective of my children, and even though they're grown and some of them are younger, that's my job, is to protect hearts. Safety first. That's the first important thing, safety. And then second, we follow along with what people want to change. Where do you see yourself? How can I help you? How can you help me? How can we grow as a family? So in order to grow as a family, you have to get on the right path to heal, change, accept things for that they've happened, and move on. So far, so good. I have some rocks. I have some little rocks. I consider them my rocks. My situation is very unique. I have a batch 1 and a batch 2. Anybody that knows me and knows us, they'll know exactly what I'm talking about, especially my children. So I've been very fortunate to spend time with them and watch them grow, but there's a lot that's missing that is necessary so that we can rekindle some family love. We need to rekindle family love, and in order to do that, you first have to take out the time with your children and listen to everything that's on their mind. Allow them to speak freely. Some things, it may hurt your feelings. It may be difficult, but that's the start. They need to know that whatever's on the inside, they're able to free that out with words and expression and emotions to start the healing. If you don't take that step, you still have things that are guesstimated or things in question, and you're trying to figure out how to make the process work, when the easiest route is to listen so you know what is needed to put it into play. So that's really where we started and are still working on. The second one is, you have to immediately eliminate things. And I'm going to let that sink in a little bit. You have to immediately start eliminating things out of your circle. Because as long as certain things are there, there's no way the healing process can begin, and there's no way the children are going to be free and feel free and comfortable opening up, which means you can't open up, you can't start the process, the pain continues. So let that be a little food for thought. And again, what I'm sharing at some degree is life experience. It's not meant to be an answer for everybody's situation. It's not meant to remove all of what you're going through. It's a step in the right direction that could potentially help somebody, or help somebody to help someone else. When I started this process, I didn't really even know which direction I was trying to go. I didn't have a direction. I was just opening up freely to myself. There was really no real purpose, even though I know that healing is necessary. I just started off just sharing with myself, and I said, this can be utilized in a way that can potentially change lives. But the only one that can share my real truth is me. as well as your real truth is you, and that message needs to be told. People need to hear about levels of deceptive behavior by the way of a so-called loved one, someone that you trust. People need to share that. Women need to share that. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a psychiatrist. I don't have a degree. I do have a couple degrees that I utilize when necessary. But as far as directly to say that I have what society considers qualifications to help someone, no, that may not be true in a document format. But in my beliefs and potentially in other people's beliefs, the best lesson is the one you learned on your own and the one that you're willing to teach someone else. So if that's not done, then really there's no benefit to me helping myself, really, if I can't help other women, because a woman's pain is the deepest form of pain that one can go through. This is not to take anything away from a man, a male, another quote unquote, whatever people choose to identify by, because pain is pain. No one deserves to be hurt. So I'm not directly focusing on one individual heart. But yes, there is an individual goal in mind that I would like to start with, which is women of color. My sisters are black women, because I've seen it. I know what that looks like directly. I can identify with that. So that is where my heart is. And again, that does not mean that cannot be shared with someone else and help someone else. I hope it does. But it has to stop. There has to be another way. It should not be tolerated, accepted. We are better than that. We were not put on this earth to be hurt, mistreated. We deserve to have a king in our life and us be treated as a queen. And that is not a stereotype or a need to want or need a man compassion. But it is deserving of you to have that type of love. And I know a lot of women just accept it, think it will change, think you can work on it, think you can compromise if I give them a little more time, if I act like I don't know, if I, all these things, that's bull. That's complete bull. It's the person. It can be 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. If the person is not willing to change, you are wasting your life, your time, your love, your heart, your decisions, your desires, your goals. It's just not going to work in your favor. So is it fair to spend your time, your heart, your tears trying to change somebody that ultimately does not want to be changed? And there are ways and signs that it can be identified early. And I know I made the decision to continue to try. And now I have to admit that I made a mistake. I know I made a mistake. I know why I made the mistakes. I understand that. So now for me is healing, changing, loving myself, honoring myself, understanding myself, talking to myself, communicating with myself first before I can deliver that message to another person, whether it's companion, children, sisters. If I have the method to deliver, that's going to help someone else have the method to deliver. So like I say, I help one helps another, then we help each other. This is Davina. Thanks.